Finance Minister Colm Imbert has presented the variation of appropriation bill for debate in the Senate. The bill seeks to review the 2017 budget to reallocate funding to various ministries. The minister said the budgetary numbers remain the same. It's just a movement of funds.
There are 5 heads of expenditure that require supplementary resources in excess of $100 million. These are the Ministry of National Security, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Health, the Ministry of Public Utilities, and the Ministry of Housing. The funds are required to facilitate payment for outstanding liabilities and to allow those ministries to continue the effective discharge of their functions.
The minister said the declining oil prices has had a significant impact.
And this has translated into a lower resource utilization under the fuel subsidy, which has resulted in savings of $35 million under the Ministry of Energy. So we are transferring funds out of finance and out of energy in areas where we are able to do that without significantly affecting the government's programs and the supply of goods and services.
And the Minister of Finance outlined how the funds transferred to the various ministries will be used. Under the Ministry of Education, close to $181 million will be used for the purchase of laptops to supply meals to primary schools and for training purposes, among other expenses.
With respect to education, additional funding of $180.5 million is required for the purchase of 13,600 laptops and 1,600 replacement batteries. The National Schools Dietary Services Limited, our school feeding program, is being given an additional allocation of $50 million.
Under the Ministry of National Security, over $125 million will be used to pay suppliers for the National Operation Center and the police service.
$26.9 million is also required under the development program of the Ministry of National Security to settle outstanding payments to Huawei International and Huawei Technologies for the supply and installation of telecommunications equipment and software, training and technical support for the National Operations Center.
While the Ministry of Health will receive more than $195 million to pay arrears to regional health authorities.
To facilitate outstanding payments at 3 RHAs, Northwest, North Central, and Southwest. I'm told that the others have not requested additional funds for the supply of critical goods and services, including medical supplies and equipment.
The Ministry of Public Utilities will receive a further $275 million, while the Ministry of Housing will be allocated another $283.8 million. Leader of Opposition Business in the Senate, Wade Mark, has chastised the government for what he says is their failure to manage the economy. During his contribution to the Finance Variation of Appropriation Financial Year 2017 bill, Senator Mark argued that capital projects were critical for economic growth. He noted that capital expenditure had dropped from $7.6 billion in 2014-2015 to $5.1 billion in 2015-2016.
Even though it has gone to 5.1 for the entire fiscal year, what we are being told by the Minister of Finance is that for the first half of fiscal 2016-2017, what has happened, Madam President, is that the government was unable to implement its capital program and was only able to utilize $1 billion out of $2.7 billion.
And he accused the government of borrowing to build and buff up the country's foreign exchange position.
It is coming under $9 billion. $9,053 million, Madam President, as at the end of April. That is the state of play. And Madam President, may I advise you that if we did not go through with the Minister of Finance on this so-called road show in the United States and raise $1 billion US, our foreign exchange reserves at this time would have been $8 billion.